episode of Built-in Besties,
A dad.
and daughter podcast.
We're so excited to welcome the Bestie Gang back. I think that's what we should call everybody, the Bestie Gang. I really
Sure.
like that. What do we want to get into? First off, thanks everyone for watching again and listening. Big announcement.
Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
That's right. Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And I think that feeds to pretty much all of your podcasts. So this is really cool. You won't be able to see us on there, but you can still watch us on YouTube. If you are right now, welcome. If you want to watch us on YouTube, www.youtube.com/@built-in-besties. And that's how you get to us. It'll be linked on all of the other podcast websites. Take a look at it. We love you guys supporting us. Thank you so much. Let's get to yapping.
Happy Valentine's Day.
It's Valentine's Day. When you see this, it's going to be a few days after Valentine's Day, but it is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to everybody. It's been a fun day. Let's talk about your week.
My week was actually pretty good.
Let's take it back to Saturday. So this would have been last week. You had a big day.
Yes, I had a really fun day with my auntie. It's where you pick a card and then you just go wherever that says. So we did Dunkin', we got a petty, we got, we did just like a bunch of stuff. We went to Grassroots, which if you guys don't know what it is, it's like a ice cream and food place where we live. But yeah, we just did like a fun of, I cannot speak today. We just did a fun, like, kind of day together, and that was part of my birthday gift.
Yeah. That was really fun. You seem to have a fun time with that.
I did.
Excellent. What else about your week? Let's hear about it. You want to do like a little high-low?
Sure.
What was your high?
I don't really know.
Okay.
I can't really like pinpoint this week.
Did you have any snow days this week?
I did not.
Did you have any?
I had a delay.
That's right. Yeah. More snow coming. Also, bummer. But what about your week was good? We don't have to get too far into it, but like, give us some high, give us some low. And I don't want to hear the same low of just, I don't like going to school every day.
Oh, that's my low.
You gotta find a different low. You gotta have a different low. No? You got something.
Not really.
Just going to school every day is your low. All right. Let's talk about your high.
My boyfriend came over.
Boyfriend. She's 13. Okay? How do we feel about this, guys? I kind of want the Bestie Gang's perspective on this, on a 13-year-old with a boyfriend. I didn't get to meet the boy because I was at work. Jacquelyn's mom was here to supervise the children. But I'm curious what your thoughts are. What are you hoping to, like, get out of this? Like, why did you want a boyfriend so bad, first off? And what did you guys do today? Actually, let's talk about that. And what's special to you in a person?
Okay, I'm gonna start with what we did today. We came home. We had a half day, so we came home. We ordered some food, watched a movie, The Flintstones. It's a really good movie. We played Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's a fun game. We also just like played with my stupid children's toys because I found them in a cabinet. So, yeah.
That's fun. What toys did you play with? What were those?
The dentist.
That's fun. Okay.
Both dentist things, the Play-Doh one and the regular.
All right, so that's pretty chill. Did you have a good time doing that?
I did.
Okay, excellent. Now, what is important to you in a person? Like, why did you make this person your very first boyfriend?
Just someone who's really nice to me and is not like trying to get attention in a sense, and it's just like calm.
Okay. So he's chill?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just someone who makes me feel good.
All right. What other characteristics would you look for in a potential partner?
Just like personality traits.
Okay, like what?
I like someone who is just
I'm really putting you on the spot here. Did that break? Oh man, Jacquelyn just broke her little fidgety things. You can maybe even hear her fidgeting with them, but that's all right. You got another one. There it is for those of you watching. There it goes. Personality traits, like what? What do you got? Humor? Do you like humor?
I do
You
like
like a funny
humor.
person?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like just a kind person and
All right.
someone who thinks about me.
That's nice. So a nice, thoughtful person. What's your
Yeah.
love language?
Gift giving and physical touch.
Okay.
Which should I
Interesting.
display my hoodie?
It is a really cool hoodie. We could put a picture up, or you can stand up and you can show it off. For those
We'll
of you that
stand
are
up.
just listening, it's from Dandy Worldwide. They're very expensive hoodies, but they're absolutely beautiful, and they are so comfortable. So Jacquelyn's, they have a series called, or it's not, I don't even know if it's called it, but it's a love language series. So the 5 love languages are depicted on each of their hoodies that they have, and there's some other ones also, but hers is
Physical touch.
physical touch, and it's really cute, and it's incredibly soft, like the softest hoodie. Um, it
Do you want
is
to feel it?
amazing. I have felt it before. I love it so much. I didn't want to spend. Actually, I didn't buy that one. Your grandmother bought that for you, but I
This
bought your
was like my
cousin.
#1 Christmas
Yep.
gift.
I bought your cousin the gift
Gift
giving
giving
one,
one. It's
which is also
so
really
pretty.
nice. It's very
We'll
pretty.
put a photo of it.
We could put a photo. There it is, right there.
I'm editing this podcast this time, so hopefully
It
you
could
do
be
see that photo.
wild. You will see it. We'll figure it out. It'll be fun. Um, yeah, they're really nice hoodies. We were talking about love languages. That's important. I like all the stuff that you said about
Yeah.
what you look for in a person. And I'm happy that you had a nice time today.
Yo, should we do candle of the week or do you? Oh, you do your high low.
My high low. High. Well, we talked about my low last week in some struggles I was having at work.
Mhm.
I was kind of vocal about my struggles this
Mhm.
week and was able to kind of put those where I
Sorry,
think that
guys.
they belong, and to be able to work through that with my boss,
Mhm.
to create some strategies to not have all of that weight placed on me where I didn't think that it belonged, but also take it seriously and try to mitigate the situations that we have. So that's the plan moving forward. So that was kind of a high for me to be
Yeah.
able to like
Express yourself in
right, to express myself, to professionally just say, hey, I don't think this is my responsibility. Sometimes that's tough to do
Yeah.
when you're not the boss, right? Like it's hard to go to someone else and be like, hey, I don't think that we should be doing something this way or we should be going about it that way. So that was a high for me. Uh Low's kind of tough. I was thinking about my low while you were talking about yours, and I'm not sure. I've been really tired this week. Just so drained,
Mm.
like mentally and physically, just wiped. Do you ever have
Tired.
those weeks where
Yeah.
you feel like you could sleep for days and you just still are
Literally.
tired? Yeah, it's bizarre sometimes.
Like
I
I went to
think
bed this. Sorry.
no, it's okay. Go ahead.
I went to bed this week at like 8 o'clock, which was really good for me, and I woke up so tired.
Yeah, it's so strange.
So tired. But some days when I get like no sleep, I'm like, I'm awake. I'm awake.
I I know exactly how you feel. I think maybe just like some stresses that I've been dealing with and
Yeah.
things like that just make me so exhausted. I
Mhm.
think that is my response to stress, really. Sometimes I get a little grumpy,
Yeah.
and other times
The
I just
grumpy
get
cat.
so tired. They have actually all week. I forgot
Do
about
you
that.
guys
This
know
is
who
pretty
Grumpy
funny.
Cat is?
At work all week, for someone pointed it out, and they've been calling me Grumpy Cat
We'll put a photo also right
because
here.
I have just been staring at them like this, looking like Grumpy Cat.
I'm gonna put cat ears over you when you do that.
So I'm coming over. I'm sorry, I'm trying to not be Grumpy Cat. So to be better for my employees. What else we got? What do we want to yap about today?
Candle of the week.
Candle of the week. Oh, this one's fitting. Do
All
you want to
right.
pick it up?
Yes. So
All
this
right.
one we got when we were moving into our house to decorate like our bathroom.
Yep. It's called Introvert.
You guys probably can't see that, but it's
We're
called
going to put a
Introvert.
photo up of it on the screen
Okay.
so that you can see a close up. Read us what notes we have in this one.
It's featuring a calm blend of vanilla and the scent of canceled plans.
I love this so much. Would you describe yourself as an introvert?
I feel like I'm a more introverted extrovert, but I can be an extrovert if I need to be.
That's fair. Like an ambivert, maybe some
Yeah,
people call it. I think that it gets confused sometimes.
with just wanting to be alone.
Right, it does, and I think it gets confused with like there's many interpretations, and I'm no expert in this, so please don't come at me in the comments here. But what I view an introvert as is not necessarily a person who is socially just doesn't want to be around other people, but how that person recharges their batteries, right? So like you and I are very similar in this, I think, where we
Mm-hmm.
want to go out, we want to go to
And do
the party,
things.
we want to be around people, but there's a moment that hits
You're just
when
like,
you're
no.
just drained and that switch flips and you're just like, get me out of here, get me home. I don't want to be here
Yeah.
anymore. I need to go recharge. And that alone time is so precious. Like, really precious. I think that we're similar in that,
Yeah,
that
definitely.
that's what we require. So I think I would call myself an introvert also, but I do like being a part of things. I do, like obviously we're doing a podcast right now. We're
Yeah.
putting this out to the world. It's not like it's not like we're
It's not like
just
we're sitting here like,
hermits hidden away, right? So it is kind of interesting
mm-hmm.
how personalities and those things work.
Yeah.
All right, what else are we gonna yap about? We
Ooh.
don't have a script this time. We're just going off the dome. We're doing our best to just be us and have fun
This week I started building a house in tech ed
on a computer,
on a
right?
computer, which I have mixed opinions about it. I think it's really cool once it's done, but I really don't think that we should be graded on how well we can use a computer.
That's fair. Is a lot of this math related too? Do you feel like you're
You
using a lot of
have to
math?
get like dimensions right, and some of them just like it just won't go right. And you have to do like a whole kitchen, and I just feel like I don't think you should be graded on how well you can use a computer. Like, I am an old soul. I love a phone, but I'm very much an old soul.
And you're going to edit this
And
podcast,
I'm going to edit this podcast,
but you're an old soul.
but I'm an old soul.
That's that is pretty interesting because you are.
Hmm.
Okay. So
Like, I'm,
what type of house are you building?
it's really just whatever it tells you to do. Like, you're not allowed to do whatever you want to.
Okay.
So, it's just like a 600 square feet house.
Oh, that's pretty small. You learned about house types though, right?
Hmm.
What's your favorite kind of house?
Cape Cod or just like a modern one.
Okay. We live in a Cape Cod right now. Do you like the slanted ceilings and things like that that give it a little flair or like different type of feel?
Yes, because I think it looks really cool with posters on the wall because they are at an
Yeah,
accent, which I'm looking at that poster right now thinking it shouldn't be on the accent.
that's true. You have a lot of posters. You have like what do you call those? Not tapestries. Are they tapestries or
They're
like
just like,
banners kind of
they're a
big like
weird
flag
texture. They're from
things?
Timu, so.
But they're really
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
There's a lot. Yeah,
They're
I'm talking about
tapestries.
yeah. Um that's it's really cool how you've
I have a
decorated your
Taylor
room
Swift
also.
flag on my ceiling.
Very Taylor and
Just fangirl.
Gilmore Girls kind
Yeah.
of fangirl stuff. It's a really cute
I do
room.
want to get some Chapel and Gracie and Sabrina mixed in there somewhere.
Okay. All right. What else is going on in your life? What do you want to talk about?
I don't really know.
Okay. We said we are going to talk a little bit about like self-care and stuff like that
Hmm.
before. We'll do like a whole, I think we're going to do a fun skincare
Hmm.
like routine thing where we're going to wear masks, which is going to be wild on here. I'm going to have a face like a bear because I do love bears, as you guys already know. And what is yours?
I think it's a polar bear.
Yours is a polar bear?
I think a penguin.
Penguin. That's right. Maybe we can find a polar bear one for me so we can have like an Arctic theme since there's so much snow here also.
Yeah, there is a lot of snow right now.
We talked about like just being exhausted and dealing with stress and stuff like that. What do you do for self care? What are the things that you do to take care of yourself, to clear your mind?
A big part of my opinion of self-care is just taking your own alone time. Because I think it can be really lonely to be alone, but I also think that being able to recharge your batteries and just like take that time alone by yourself is a big part of mental health.
What about like what are you doing during that time? Are you just like scrolling social media? Are you listening to music? Are you watching a show? What's your outlet in that moment?
I really love Gilmore Girls, so sometimes I'll do that, or I'll just scroll on TikTok,
All right.
laying in my bed on my stomach.
Okay. Always that way.
It's
Like
always that way.
that's your self-care position.
Yes.
Okay. That's funny because sometimes I'll lay across my bed sideways
Yeah.
and
Yes.
like do the same exact thing. It's really strange how many tendencies maybe you pick up from another person.
Mhm.
I have a similar kind of self-care thing. I do the gym kind of keeps my mental health in check to a good outlet. But I agree with you. I think the same thing kind of works. And occasionally, and I've been trying to get better about it, like reading a book
Mhm.
at night instead of just scrolling through social media. There are some like, I worked on this workbook type thing one time where it suggested that you kind of spell out your day, right?
Mhm.
Because we all have the same 24 hours in a day. So we should be sleeping 7 to 8 hours, maybe more. We all have to go to work and school, so those things take up time, right? But outside of that, there's so much time that maybe you're doing things that are not necessarily productive for you,
Yeah.
not good for your own mental health. And I was able to see how much time maybe I'm wasting in my day. And I could be doing something even just for like 30 minutes instead of, even if I'm wasting 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Like if I just said 30 minutes, I'll sit down, I'll read a book. Those 30 minutes, I'll take a walk. I think those things can all add
Yeah.
up in your day and make a big difference for you. Do you ever like talk to friends? Is that part of your self care?
Not really. I also thought of another one, and a big part of something I find really important is some days you just have to limit your workload. And you just have to say, like, some days I'll come home and I'll be like, I need to do all this homework. But then I'm just like, that is not good for me right now. Like, that's not going to make me happy. And I understand that it has to get done, but also, like, I I say to myself, am I in the mental state to get this done right now? Or is this just going to make me upset and kind of ruin my week? Because I get a lot of homework.
You do. So how do you manage that? Because you're right, it is important to recognize that it has to be done. It
Yeah.
is important to say like I have to do this because you have a task at hand and it's going to happen for the rest of your
Yeah.
life. But how do you manage that situation then? What do you do?
Save all of it for a Thursday.
That was not the answer I was looking for.
I'll take
That's
it.
not true. You don't actually do that though.
I'll take it in little chunks, but also just kind of figure it out. Like if I need to do it in the morning when I wake up, then that's fine. Like I may be in a worse slash better mood because I'm alone in the morning and I know I have to do it.
Yeah.
But when I'm around other people, I just want to hang out with them. I don't want to sit and do homework while I'm near them. I want to actually spend time with them.
Do you know about the theory of eating an elephant?
Oh yeah.
How do you eat an elephant?
Well, have you heard the theory of eat the frog?
No.
So eat the frog, actually, one of my favorite teachers introduced me to this.
Okay.
You know who you are. And it's like you pick your frog for the week. You say like, oh, I have to get this essay done. And you say like, this is my frog for the week, and I need to get that done. So you just have to eat your frog and get it over with.
Interesting.
We watched a whole video about this.
Okay. Uh, in going with eating the elephant, I was thinking on having. Sometimes you have such a big task,
Hmm.
right? Like, and the
Can't eat an elephant in one go.
right, you got to eat it one bite at a time,
Hmm.
and that's kind of what you're doing, I think, when you are taking that time to just say, "Hey, right now is not the moment for me." Some people can do that, and some people can't, right? So it's important to recognize that, especially like in your relationships too. I
Yeah.
think, right? Like Your mom has to like get things done
Yeah.
immediately. That's just how her personality type works. Otherwise, she can't move on to other things
Yeah.
for the most part. I'm generalizing, but for the most part, that's how that works. Whereas I think you and I take a little more time to get a task done, and we're willing to work on it for a little bit. Realize
Procrastinate.
that not maybe procrastinate, yes, but maybe also just know the limits and know what we need to
Yeah.
try to balance that. But you're right, there is a little bit of procrastination involved in that too. I'm not gonna lie, for sure. All right.
And we've had some requests. Our family watches this podcast every single week. So here you go.
You're gonna give free shout outs right now? Absolutely not.
A shout out to
Nope.
Tanya.
No.
Shout out to Tanya for watching us every week.
Yes, thank you very much, Tauntaun.
You guys should put in
Better
the
shout
family
out
group
your.
chat if you want a
You
shout
better
out.
shout out your Grammy too, because she
Oh.
also watches us.
Shout
and
out
she's
to
the
my
best.
Grammy for watching us every week.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about your grandmother at all?
My favorite person in the history of the universe.
And I think our podcast just ended.
I think
forever.
okay. You guys are tied
I think
for
our
my favorite person in the
podcast
history
just
of the
ended
universe.
forever.
You guys are tied.
Tied.
Well,
Thankfully, I think
people.
my mother is pretty great. Also,
I have
okay?
a lot of people
I'm just
that are
kidding
really
with you.
great and that are my
You're-
favorite people in the history of the universe.
Yes, I understand. I'm being dramatic about this. I'm not being serious.
But we love Grandpa.
Why is she your favorite person in the universe?
She just understands me.
Mm-hmm. That's important.
She's a really good listener.
She is. You're really right about that.
And she's just, I think leading by her example, with kids especially, is really good because she's so good with kids.
She is.
That's her whole
her whole
her
life.
whole job.
Really,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's just like, anyone is welcome in her house. Like, she's just like such a welcoming person, and I don't know, she just makes me happy.
She's crying right now, I guarantee.
And I love spending time with her.
Yeah, we love you. All right. Who else? Do we need to shout anyone else out? I think Dardar watches it every week too.
Yeah. Shout out to Dardar.
I'm not even sure that we've shouted out your mom either. So
shout out to my mom.
Shout out to
who
Mom.
also watches this.
That's right.
And puts up with our yapping.
She has put in for the producer job.
Mm-hmm.
I told her that we would have to review her resume and compare it with our other candidates to see
is my dog.
if she's a fit for the job.
He'll put his paw on the thing.
We're mostly just kidding about needing a producer, but she does listen. She doesn't even get sneak peeks of it. She just gets it right when it rolls out every Sunday also.
As we were saying, shout out to Dardar.
Yeah, shout out to Dardar.
Thank you for driving us places.
Dardar comes to every cheer competition, like pretty much every single one. I think maybe only Florida is the one that she's missed. Yeah. She travels with us. She drives us a lot of places. We joke around. We call it the Duber, her van that she drives, like the Dardar Uber. And we have a lot of fun and really appreciate her doing all that stuff with us too.
Just shout out to our family.
Yeah, for real. We have a great family. Mm-hmm. We meet up almost every Sunday too. It's been a little sporadic right now because there's so much going on. Cheer season is
Baby
tough,
cousin.
especially like when it's snowy out too. Summertime, we live in Grambo's backyard.
And you'll be seeing, hopefully, podcasts together.
That's true. We could do some podcasts together outside. You think we can pull that off?
Baby cousin.
Baby cousin. We are so excited. We went shopping today. Mm-hmm. I, for the first time, bought baby cousin some clothes.
Can we say her name?
I don't know. Can we? Say it.
I feel like we can.
Yeah, you can say it.
Because this was already announced.
Say it.
Bailey Grace. We love you.
We're excited to meet Bailey Grace.
She's going to watch this one day.
I think she will. It's really exciting because you've wanted a baby cousin for so long. So long.
I just needed someone to get cooking.
You kept a secret. Also, we're going to talk about that during our Iron Man episode. We're not going to talk about it right now, but we will talk about. We're talking about while we were shopping today how I keep our family group chat on mute because sometimes it gets wild and I got to be at work. I can't be paying attention to other
Yeah.
things, right? So I keep it on mute, as I think a lot of people actually keep it on mute.
I do not
But
have it on mute. I have it pinned in my phone, actually.
there are occasions where I just said there are occasions where I will open my phone and I will see that I have like 10 or 12 missed messages that have not came up on my home
Yeah.
screen because I have it on mute, and I'll look and I'll be like, oh my goodness, is she going into labor?
Yeah.
Has she had a baby? But usually it's just nonsense going
It's
on.
just our
I
family
shouldn't call it
yapping.
nonsense, but it's fun
We love our
banter and
family
yap.
group chat. I think it's actually really fun because it's kind of just a way for our family to just connect.
I think you're right.
And it's also like our family is very safe. How would you say that? Like, we are very concerned about each other's safety.
Oh
Anywhere,
yeah,
if there's an accident, like anywhere near where any of us could be,
it's like
it's
a
always,
check-in.
everyone okay? There was an accident on the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, check-in, fam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone answers for everyone else too. It is pretty fun. I can't remember. Did we talk about your birthday thing that we did? Was that last week?
Atlantic City?
No, no, the bowling stuff. Did we even talk about that?
I don't think we did. We
I'm
went
not sure that
bowling
we did.
with my family. It was really fun.
It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Even I, who I've been saying that I hate bowling, I don't hate bowling. There's more to it. But I had a really good time. Like, it was a really fun time. We did some bowling, 2 lanes of it,
I
where we
think
got
I
to split
won
up.
once, and then I was like second.
Yeah, you were killing it.
Well, I also have bumpers.
You had the bumpers, but I was watching and you weren't really using the bumpers. You were going straight down the center. I did have a really fun time. We got to hit the arcade after that. That was really cool. And yeah, it was really fun.
It was really fun.
Yeah. All right, what else we got?
I don't really know. There's not a lot to yap about. We need like some more questions in the comments.
We do. Maddie did ask the question. Go ahead.
We need to get to 200 followers on TikTok to be able to go live.
We could go live on TikTok. We could even like live.
Yeah. We have 173.
That's not much more that we'll need. I think a few more clips, and we're going to do this. If you're just listening, or even if you are just on YouTube, go follow our social medias. TikTok is probably the one that we post the most on.
Built-in Besties Podcast.
Built-in Besties Podcast. Ask us questions in the comments, too, if there's things that you want us to yap about. We don't want to yap about things that you guys don't want to hear about. Yep. We want to know what you want to hear about, what we can talk about. We're pretty good yappers otherwise.
We've been yapping for how long now?
Like 30 minutes or so. Yeah. I think we'll keep this one relatively short this time and have a whole bunch more, hopefully, to yap about next week.
Yep.
You could have a baby cousin next week. It's crazy to think about. And I think we'll have to record maybe a couple next week if we can, because you're going to be having surgery the following week, and I want to make sure that you feel well enough to be able to do that. So the more questions we have, the more topics that we can cover. That would be really good for us.
I would love to record on that Saturday. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get up here.
That's true.
That's
but
one
maybe
issue.
We can just switch out where we're recording. Yeah. Do it up on the couch.
You guys will hopefully get a podcast.
And then we'll talk about the surgery, too, and everything that you have to go through and what that looks like, because there's probably some people out there that have dealt with the same thing.
Yeah.
All right. You want to be done for the night, Bestie?
Sure.
All right. I had a blast.
Me too.
Again, love doing it. Thank everyone.
Hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
And be a nice human.
Be a nice human.